Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Vijay, back with another book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the book called The Fountainhead, written by Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand is a Russian-American author, and her works are mostly philosophical works, which are centered on a story, a fictional story, but talks about a philosophical concept. And one of her interesting philosophical concepts that she has written about time and time again in her stories is objectivism. The individualistic, self centered yet self caring nature, and not trying to conform to anybody else's standards. And this is basically what objectivism is. And she had first started talking about it in this book, The Fountainhead. And she's also written more philosophically in her other work called Atlas Shrugged. The Fountainhead has been regarded as a very important classic work. It has been read by architects, politicians, conservatives, libertarians, all kinds of people, intellectuals, and even the common man. And each of them have different perspectives on what this story portrays, what this story talks about. And while I enjoyed her style of writing, her confident, interesting, and intriguing style of writing, in which she introduces the characters with much detail, with much information about the characters, including how they look, how they physically appear, and their ideas, their views, their ideals, I felt that some of the characters were not well balanced. They showed very extreme views, and these characters, I felt, were more like symbols for her philosophical concepts, her philosophical ideals, like individualism, conformity, and being manipulative. These characters were not well balanced, and I don't think we see that in real life. We see people who maybe have extreme personalities, but they still have a more balanced view, and I felt that these characters didn't seem very real. So the plot starts out with introducing us to two different characters. One is Howard Roark, and the other is Peter Keating. Both of them study in the Stanton Institute of Technology, and both of them are majoring in architecture. But they have completely different ideals. On one hand, Peter Keating is seen as a conformist. He conforms to others' views. He pleases people by trying to understand what they like, and he reduces his personality to just that. He just pleases people and tries to get along with them. He doesn't try to be individualistic. All he does is conforms to ideals that other people want. And while he is successful in his career, he doesn't feel true happiness, true joy, and he doesn't feel the true passion for architecture. And in fact, he gives this very reason. He talks about how he was interested in painting, but he was manipulated into going into this field of architecture by his mother, who's a very manipulative person. And on the other hand, we have a completely different character, who is Howard Roark. Howard Roark is a very intriguing, a very interesting character. He is described to be an unkempt person, interested in only architecture. He is an individualistic person. He has his own ideas and thoughts, and is not ready to compromise on these ideas, these thoughts, even by the slightest bit. And this causes a lot of hardships, a lot of struggles for him. But he doesn't seem to mind. He cares about others' feelings, and he's not a very friendly person. In fact, he has very few friends. But these few friends are very devoted to him. Howard Roark is only interested in architecture. He has his complete views on architecture, and he's not willing to compromise on them for anybody else. And this is what the whole book's premise is about. It contrasts between two different people, two different kinds of people: the conformists, the people pleasers, and the individualistic, the self-centered yet self-caring people. I enjoyed this book, yet I didn't completely understand it too. At points, I felt that Ayn Rand kind of rambled on a bit about these philosophical debates, these philosophical ideas. And I felt it was a bit too intellectual for me. Maybe it's just my age, or maybe the concept is really that broad. She talks a lot about it, tries to make it in a very simple way, tries to help you understand these concepts by the help of these characters, by the help of these conversations between the characters. But I still feel that it was a bit tough to read, especially on the philosophical views. Yet the story is quite intriguing. You root for these characters and you feel the pain, the struggling, even though the characters may not feel the pain or struggling. You absolutely hate the characters which are evil, which are manipulative. And you absolutely love the characters who are portrayed as individualistic, who care for themselves and who care for architecture, who care for that very field that they are passionate, so passionate about. And I feel that's really interesting, really intriguing. And this book is more of a philosophical book than it is a fictional book. It delves into the concept of objectivism. It delves into the concept of being your own person, caring for yourself and having passion for a single-minded passion for one thing. And that has been an important theme. I really enjoyed this book for its various reasons. And I hope that others too get the chance to read this book, because it's a very important piece of literature, and it will change your mindset, if not for anything. It will change the way you think about things. And it also gave me a bit of a view about architecture, the career of architecture, how cutting throat it is, and how individualism plays an important role in art, in career, and many other fields. I really enjoyed this book, and I hope you guys get a chance to read this book too. And I'll be seeing you all in another video.